Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do another top 10 comic from America's Best Comics. This is issue number 9 from 2000, and the book reminds me why this series is so incredibly good. By Alan Moore, Gene Haas, Zander Cannon, Alex Sinclair, and Todd Klein. And yeah, we're going to continue without further ado because this is very good. So remember, this cowboy's mother, live in an apartment, and then she's being terrorized by a super mouse. And then this ex-verminator comes in and he says, "Hey, I have super cats that deals with them." Well, it goes a little bit wrong because there's a lot of high, how do you say, loud noises and music in the back. Gene, huh? So he and his partner comes back, and the ex-terminator says, "Hey, we got some complications." And he says, "Hey, well, what's the problem?" He said, "Well, look for yourself. The Ultramice, they behave sort of like regular science guys. Get enough science animals together. It's a big event. Next thing, it's escalates. You get a whole secret crisis war crossover." That's a hint. Thing going, inevitable cosmic powers get involved. You know how it is. So, and then he is turning the page, and then I have to digest what's on the next page now. Oh my God! So he says it's difficult keeping up with cross continuity, but I think Cosmos just gave Saturnian Scrap Hunter his ultimate pacifier to use against Galactopus. Yeah, that's a Fantastic Four reference with Galactus and the Ultimate Nullifier. So this is, I believe, represents Mickey Mouse, but then, oh man, I forgot that cosmic character, right? He embodies space and the galaxy. I forgot, but we have, I don't know, Batman, I guess, and what's it, Aquaman with wings, and Galactus, but then the cat version, Wonder Woman. There's a lot of going on here. I love it. So yeah, it's getting worse and worse and worse. So and they have some kind of a chat with each other, and I don't know what's going on, right? Because you can. So he goes he goes away. He says, "That's got to be the most effed up thing I've seen." No, it ain't. My sex life sleeping next door to my mom, next door to my mom. But then his buddy says, "Hey, I got a cousin that has a dog with heat vision. It's called Scotty Dog, like Great Scott. That's what Superman always says, right? And maybe we could use that too." And he says, "Nope, nope, nope. We're not gonna do that. We go back to the precinct." All right, and then, I mean, every page has something to gawk at, I guess. I mean, look at this. Tools of the Suspense. What's this? Journey into Memory. Iron Rod. Captain something that I just cannot read. Oh, man. Anyway, so the talk is that Libra, the cosmic serial killer, is getting free. She's gonna walk, right? And yeah, she got these rich buddies leaning onto the captain, these old science guys, Adam Man and like that. Adam Man? From the TV show? I thought he was dead. Nah, that turned out to be a marketing ploy. But then this guy sees Captain Dog. Well, it's not, is he a captain? I'm not sure if he's a captain, but it's from the precinct. But the cowboy dude doesn't see that, and he says, "What was it? Some kind of a felony?" No, no, no. Yeah, probably. Hey, let's go to the station, huh? Okay, so he has some fling with this woman here, and then we go to the serial killer. And so this is the captain, right? So the captain says, "Hey, I got your telepathic message. I don't like that." He said, "What do you want to talk about? How your influential friends will free you?" She says, "No, don't worry. I won't enjoy my freedom. See, I'm slightly precognitive, and I think I shall be killed soon. I don't know who by whom, but I suspect my influential friends, quote unquote. Ah, that's ridiculous, says the cab. They want to free you. Perhaps they just don't want me to stand trial. He says, you're not making sense. I presume this is some kind of a mind game to humiliate me. Captain, if I want to humiliate you, I would just tell everyone about you being a homosexual, wouldn't I? Now run along. Your officers probably need you. Yeah. So back in the 2000s, that whole gay thing is probably more controversial than now, but not really. People make stuff up. Anyway, so we go to this other world. Well, Captain Peacock here, or Peacock, and like I said, every page is something that I need to stand still and soak it all in. Because look at this, Hercules, and then we have another Hercules. This is also an Hercules, and this looks like an Hercules from Marvel, I guess. And yeah. So he checks in, right? He says, Detective John Corbeau from Neopolis on Parallel 10. I'm here on police business. So this check-in guy says, yeah, well, I'll be the judge of that, newbie. So I thought, wait a minute, newbie, like new people, but I read that a little bit wrong. It means Nubian, like black. So there's some racism in here, right? He says, and so this guy says, any porno potteries, gold skin, strange gods. He says, no, I think you'll find my department, contact Precinct 1 to let them know I was coming. Yeah, that's right. All right, so he says, so Grand Central is a parallel upon which the Roman Empire never fell. No, your asshole world is some freak parallel where it did. I see they even let newbies in their Praetorian Guard. So then they're being greeted by Legionnaire Brevius, and this is Legionnaire Hercula. And she has even that lion cloth over her head. Aye, you must be Corbeau from Parallel 10. I see you already encountered our barbaric customs. You prats, you slay me. Pleased to meet you. Clearly, you were expecting me, he says. All right, and look at this. Look at this. Oh my God. Yes, the commissioner herself passed down the information. We were surprised you were being a Nubian. I'm sorry, you don't object to that term, do you? No, I don't suppose so. Wait, what? A black man that hasn't been offended back in the day by being called black? How is that possible in 2024? I'm just joking, of course. Nubians are slaves mostly. Come, our vehicle's right outside. And so Peacock says, I see your city has surveyed of science beings much like Neopolis. Anyway, so the Robert Praetorian says, hold on. And, oh man, poor Atlas, he's still working. And your station house is impressive. I think the current receptionist at my own precinct used to work here. A girl called Linda Janice Burnett. So she's the two-faced girl, you know, doing the operating thing like back in the 60s or 40s, I guess. I'm not sure when that invented. Sorry. Oh, the two-faced girl. Didn't she get fired from here? Hang on, I'm putting her down. Janice was fired. What for? I don't know. I'm probably thinking of somebody else. Now, I'm pretty sure that storyline is going to continue because Perfect 10. What Top 10 is really doing well is having a story and it bleeds over into other stories becoming a bigger story or maybe staying on the background. I really, really like that. So, and they're meeting up with Centurion Midas, and he says, you must be the Nubian champion from the 10 parallel this proclamation told us to expect. Forgive me if I don't shake hands. Is that because he's black? He says, greetings. I'm not sure what you mean, champion, but yes, I'm John Corbeau. I'm here about the killing. Yeah, we'll let the crowd decide. Apparently, you're representing Precinct 10 at this year's circus. Follow my golden guardsman here. This show you the arena. Uh-oh. What's going on here? Oh, man. Wait a minute. Is this the guy from the New Gods? Metron? Because he's sitting in a chair and he has that face thing on his face. And isn't that Crypto from Superman? He's the best super friend. There's a lot of reference. I like that a lot. So back at the precinct, there is some banter between these girls, and they are talking about, life, being gay and hooking up with guys and girls and etc. There's some fun banter. I'm not sure if that's really important, but I believe they are saying, "Hey, I like somebody, and maybe I should do something about it," right? Like, I don't know, Corbeau, you lust after the great Satan. So yeah, Corbeau, King Peacock, he's a Satan worshiper, but he's married and she likes him or something. Anyway, so he says, look at this art, man. This is so detailed. I already explained a dozen times. I'm representing Precinct 10 in a murder investigation. I am not here representing Precinct 10 in some interdepartmental gladiator championship. Listen, it's not unusual for combatants to try backing out. Once they see the arena, it's nothing to be ashamed of. So, female Hercules says, the commissioner herself said, you were here for the games, Detective Corbeau. Are we going to take your word or hers? Obviously, the commissioner has made a mistake. Detective, listen to yourself. Commissioner Ultima is a giga-intellect from another solar system. She doesn't make mistakes. You're just nervous. Listen, you were supposed to escort you to the dressing room. In that case, I'm stating for the record that I'm doing this against my will. Apparently, I'm a prisoner here. Shouldn't I at least be allowed to call my precinct? Detective, you're not in custody, okay? You're a combatant, so no call. But then female Hercules says, actually, Cass, that doesn't seem strange, that phone call thing. Detective, let me check on that and get back to you, okay? So he says, yeah, can you make it a priority, please? So he's being introduced to his fellow combatants. He says, yeah, we leave to get you acquainted. And I won't forget that phone call request, shall I? So he's being greeted by this metallic T-Rex, I guess. Oh, but before we go into that a little bit, you remember what I said about racism? So it seems that clicker kids are getting loud. So this whole music is become of clicker. So I thought, okay, what is that then? So Dwayne says, hey, all the clicker stuff, man, can you just drop it? I don't care about that. Hey, Dwayne, hating clickers is just natural. They take folks' jobs, stink on oil all the time, and ask me, them one flash guy's got the right idea. So I thought, okay. So it seems that the T-Rex guy here is a clicker. And remember this weird music on the background? When I'm broke up and I'm done and my pants get rerun, make me a vibrator, else make me a gun. All right. I want to just highlight that. Anyway, so he says, hey, dude, just in hand, which precinct you present? I'm Technozoic, incidentally, from the Precinct 7. Introducing that as John Corbeau, King Peacock, right? And he says, well, I'm not a gladiator, right? I'm just investigating a homicide. Yeah, I thought about that, trying that one, especially once I saw the local goons. Face it, we're here until Friday's finals. Anyway, so he says, hey, you want to be a body spray on this, on my back of my head? I just can't reach it. Goddamn tiny arms, eh? What you gotta do? Metal polish. Man, I'm laughing so hard at this comic. It's so great. And speaking of more weird stuff, so is this worm like from Shazam, Captain Marvel from DC Comics, right? Little Hawk Man, Little Hawk. It's just, this is so funny, man. It's so funny. What's this? Colossal coffee counter. So these are big people. So Smacks and Toy Box come in, bringing another, criminal. So Toy Box says, hey, who's that in the next unit? Name's Neville Bennett, unlicensed jumper. Caused a big teleporter collision. Like I said, that's from the last issue, with the teleportation accident when people died. Again, there's some repercussions. There's some bleeding in from the next issue to the next issue to the next issue to the next issue. Really, really fun. So, this killer looks from the outside. So, it's Sergeant. So Sergeant Dog says, hey, I got an appointment with someone, and he's meeting up with this woman, right? All right. Oh man, is there something familiar here as well? I don't know. Is this Genghis Khan? Probably not. And then from the cartoon, and this guy, this Greek guy, what is he doing with the hand on his chest? This guy is probably a slave. Oh man! And then we have Asterix and Obelix here, and we have this Ares from Wonder Woman, I presume, and these are the skeletons from the Harryhausen movie from Perseus and the Golden Fleece. You know, that, I believe, 17th stop motion movie. Man, this is so fun. Anyway, so Technozoic comes back and says, "Hey, do you see that? I pulverized Kid Syphilis and his living freaking boulder. I am afraid I wasn't watching. I'm still hoping the commission will sort out this blunder." And so he says, "Hey, you're up. You get a bit out of here." He said, "But listen, the commissioner, I heard she's busy preparing for some off-world inspection tour. Just get out here and kick some imperial butt, huh?" says the robot. So he's facing this stone creature. "Yeah, yes, the newbie. We hear they allow all sorts of trash into the precinct. All right. Well, newbie, what do you have? Any special powers to stop me stamping you into the second dimension?" "No, but I talked to Satan." So I'm not sure what that really means. So does he get superpowers from that? So he's using his elbow to crush this heel of this stone woman, and she falls into the public, and he automatically wins. All right, and he's now going through the semifinals. Give it up for the Nubian Nuke, ladies and gentlemen. This is ridiculous. "Hey, don't knock it. You were awesome, man." He's shouting at him. I really like this guy. So he says, "Because I crippled a fellow of law, forced to amuse a stadium of braying O's at games I'm only attending through bureaucratic oversight." Man, that attitude won't get you through the semifinals, man. Come on, let's go rest up before the big event, huh? "And who do we fight in the semifinals?" And he said, "Well, probably each other, right? That way, at least one of the home team gets through the finals." So Fema Hercules comes in and says, "Detective Corbeau, congratulations on beating the Karayatid. Sorry, I have no luck procuring your phone call. Getting to run around, huh? It's probably because you're Nubian. It's the same with me being a clicker, you know, racism and all that stuff. They probably let us call out after the semifinals." "Yeah, well, one of you anyway." "What do you mean? What do you mean? What does she mean?" "Everything beyond the quarterfinals is to the death." You knew that, right? Uh-oh. And then we see Club Eternal, and this is the head of one of the Eternals. You know, these robots and gods in the sky, right? That I forgot the name of. God, it's so much fun. There's a lot of going on here. And they integrated this whole thing so naturally and so well. All right. So Detective Jackson comes in and she's worried about John, you know, King Peacock. She says, "Has him phone in." So the captain says, "Hey, I will look into that," right? But she feels that there's something off, right? And he says, "I make a phone call." All right, cool. So then we go to really? this hair comb. It's pretty, how do you say? Pretty, well, I'm stopped talking now. Anyway, so the announcer says, "Hey, King Peacock," right? He says, "This is illegal, not here." And so the announcer says, "Hey, good luck with each other and make it a clean fight and a clean kill." But King Peacock doesn't want to do, right? But then robot guy says, he says, "We're both ethnic minorities together, but like, you know how it is." He says, "You stupid, listen, we don't have to do this." "Sorry, but yes, we do. All these guys back at Lucky 7 are counting on me. Listen, I make this quick. You won't feel..." And then King Peacock punches in his rib and, I don't know, takes out an organ or his battery or power source, and he's dead. Yeah. Yes, we have the winner. It's the Ebony Exterminators and Letters. These are nobles. Going through the fight, either Ben-Hur, instead of Ben-Hur, you know, from the movie, or Smartacus in tomorrow morning finals. Give it up for King Peacock of Precinct 10. He's feeling really bad. And what is this? Batmans, Allmans, and more. So it says Lee here is coming for Irma, and she's, I don't know, picking her up for going to the precinct. And her husband says, "Hiya, don't tell me you're here for Irma." Yeah, he's a precock, right? So they're preparing to go to the precinct. And then at the end, the family is waving her mother goodbye. But then he sees a coffin. And then it's gone. So being a precock, he thinks probably that his wife is going to die. That leads us to the next issue. All right, guys. I love this comic. This is so cool. There's so much going on. I love all these small stories, dripping, feeding into... wait a minute. Is that MODOK? I just discovered it just by accident. It looks like MODOK. And is this Luke Cage from the 70s? Oh man, like I said, I really love this. Anyway, guys, let me know in the comments what you think about this. See you next time. Bye-bye.